What up, what up, what up, and welcome to Pinoy News. Man, listen, all right, I'm here because I want to remind y'all about history. All right, this is a quote from a man named Martin Niemöller. He was a Nazi, and this Nazi who supported Hitler's rise to power, he was also a clergyman. And this clergyman, he was upset about Adolf Hitler's hatred of religion. And he ended up forming what was known as the anti-Nazi or the Nazi clergyman, or whatever the case might have been, right? So he said, first they came for the communist, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialist, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. And in light of recent events, I think that's kind of a powerful message as far as things are really concerned.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, once they start hounding on a specific group that opposes them, they won't stop until they turn on each other or turn on their own.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this, Psycho, not only did I speak up for Alex Jones, but I never said that they should go in and break up Chaz. Right, I wanted to laugh at him because they had superheroes and whatnot, right? But at no point was I ever
these guys can't even protest, right?
Yeah, but at no point was I ever on a level of, we should, firebomb them or tear gas them or use any type of force to remove them. Right, because I know that they're American citizens, and I feel like I would want the same respect paid to me. You know what I'm saying? If I had some type of gripe against my government and my community wanted to do the same thing. And so with that, I really, was like, hey man, do what you do. I'm not going to be mad at you. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean? That's my mentality. I feel as though we need to have respect for each other as citizens. And if you have a gripe in your community, you should be able to address it. And I don't have any problem with that. What they did on the Capitol, I have no issue with. They didn't, there was one cop that got hurt, but there wasn't like they were burning down buildings or, destroying private property. I have no problem with you destroying public property. I got a major problem with you destroying private property as a whole. I don't think you should take somebody's business and livelihood away from it, especially a small business owner, somebody who's in the community, supporting the community, hiring individuals from the community, paying taxes into that community.
Especially in the situation that we're in right now. No, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's my mentality. I would never want to drag down somebody of any community as a whole. You know what I mean? When we start talking about these multinational corporations that I have issues with, it's because of the fact that literally they're saying our workers aren't good enough for them. And, our workers are asking too much money, and they're saying we're spoiled brats and we don't deserve, to have those jobs. And that's the problem that I have with shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
And Jim McIntosh, my brother, legitimately, look, that funeral or a wake, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to reach down and grab you so you have the ability to come to tears and go through that grieving process that everybody has to go through when we lose things, right? So I agree. I'm not a big fan of commies, Goblino Hunter. By the way, welcome everybody to the chat, man. Psycho, Jim McIntosh.
Yeah, commies deserve to.
Tennessee Marine, Goblino Hunter, Laughing Man, my nigga Neffel. Neffel's on the stream, but I say what up to you in the chat anyway.
Yeah.
Hound Dog 50, Hound Dog 50, Hound Dog 50. How the fuck you doing, my brother? Anybody I miss? I don't think. Yeah, we should be good. We should be good at this point. But I want to say what up to everybody. Thank you for coming out. It's appreciated. I know it's late night, but I had some shit on my mind and I wanted to get it off because I really do. I have a picture of me and my kid, right? When he was 4 or 5 years old and me and my wife had just split up. And I was living, you know what I mean, up in the mountains and shit. You know, I got a little like 2-bedroom apartment on like a 3rd floor of this fucking place. And it was like the best place I'd ever lived. I loved it. I loved the community, like legit. Believe it or not, like I didn't grow up here, but everybody around me were people from where I grew up, right? Like we all rode the bus together to school. It was fucking weird, right? Like it was weird. Like Waldo and Rich was there, motherfucking like Aaron and all them niggas, and like it was fucking cool. You know, even my nigga Lee came through, right? And on top of that, dude owned the pizza shop across the street, went to school with us too. So like it was a good business, legit. It was a great place. But on my I have a picture of my son on the counter cooking with me, and on top of my oven, I had an "End the Fed" bumper sticker I had bought during the Ron Paul campaign, right? Because like I was there at the Tea Party in DC, right on the Potomac. I was there like phone banking for that motherfucker. And today they locked him out of his Facebook account for posting his fucking newsletter, his Liberty Report that he's been posting since 1976. And this man, this great man, who legit, if you still listen to his speeches, they'll give you goosebumps today. And him standing on stage screaming about how we need to end the wars and turning Republicans' heads and having people lose their mind for him in places like North Carolina on military bases. And you just go, man, listen, you banned him. How? How do you ban him of all people?
It's simple. They want to keep the status quo running because they benefit too much from it, no matter how many fucking people get miserable out of it. Ultimately, sooner or later, that karma is gonna come and bite them in the ass. They don't. Yeah, God doesn't fuck around when it comes to that shit.
Yo, the link is in the description if you want to join my brother. The link is in the Discord. I apologize. I always make sure it's in my Discord for everybody if they want to use it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm psycho. Make jokes all you want to. You know what I'm saying? Love you, motherfucker. Do your thing.
Yeah, right? Man. We're not pussies here.
Yeah, legit. Like I've been to funerals and made jokes because like some people, that's how they deal with things, you know, depending on where you are. Like the best thing you can do is add a little levity to the situation. And everybody's usually pretty appreciative of that. You know what I mean? Like, believe it or not, my uncle passed away, I don't know, probably like 10 years ago, something like that, right before my grandfather passed away, my dad's dad, right? And one of the people got up and called and said everybody had a stick for brains, right? And that was something that my uncle said on a regular basis, and everybody kind of like busted out laughing and then started crying at the same time, right?
Nice.
You know, that's one of those things, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you have to smile and do what you do, and sometimes you got to cry and do what you do. Either way it goes, man. Baby, you know, as I said, man, have respect for whatever individuals do. But again, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this situation will not be solved with hatred. I'll be honest with you.
I think it's at the point where pretty much getting angry at the whole situation is not going to help. Anyway, we know that Trump lost. Biden's going to get in. It was inevitable, and the only thing we can do is just move on and try to manage and just buy as much time as possible for shit hits the fan. But at the same point, we got to adapt and start changing paradigms from a small scale and gradually change the culture we're in. Something that is much more sustainable in the long run. And arguably, if the whole technocratic they want to push towards the smart cities is unavoidable, we just have to change the current into a different direction that's completely parallel to it, independent of that system. Yet at the same time, it still exists at the same time to it, because we're already in a considering this is a dual world, the equal and opposite effect is bound to happen. Hey, Arcadia Coke. Hey, Autumn, you're here finally. Another magic user. You could probably join in the chat to get in on that, man. Come on, come on, Witchman, join in.
Like, yo, legit. Like, he sat here and he came on one of my comment sections and said one of his ancestors died at the Salem witch trials. I think it was a video I did about how, like, in history we're lied to about the numbers. You know what I mean? Like, how like they said, the Spanish Inquisition was like a terrible thing, and I'm like, 4,000 people died over like 400 years. Like, nigga, more than that's killed in Chicago every year. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? right? But like he said, one of his ancestors died, and fucking, I was like, yeah, and one of my family members killed one of y'all at one point. We was at war. Like, I got like stories from like my ancestors back in like the 14th and 13th and 12th century, where like they was going to war with the motherfucking witches and shit. You know what I mean? How like they try to like steal his wife. You know what I mean? He'd go out there and fucking like try to slash at him and shit. And you know what I mean? Like fucking, they were like all dancing around a tree naked, and like one of them threw like a sword across or a fucking broom across the valley and dug it into a whatchamacallit. Oh, here we go. Let's see who this is. Who this be?
Hey yo, what up? It's Pinoid. Hey yo, listen. Yo, listen. Yo, nigga. Hey yo,
bad.
what up?
Not a bad impression.
That is not bad. Who this be?
Oh man, yo, Pinoid, what's up, you big Goomba?
You know, fucking, who are you?
Huh? Oh, I if you remember correctly, I used to be known as Chad Yoshi. I had the avatar too.
Oh, what up? How you doing?
Nice.
I think you went forever.
I've been pretty busy, but I figured I'd hop in, see how you're doing, see how everyone's going on. It's good to talk to you, bro.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Fucking, well, the world's losing its mind. So,
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, the whole world's
I'm
losing its
getting-
mind, man. We're the only ones that are trying to keep our sanity intact, no matter how crazy everything's been.
yeah.
Guys, I am so excited for the apocalypse, I have to admit.
Yo, man, I feel you. Like, I got my shotgun by the bed. Like, I'm ready to rock. You know what I mean? Like, let's get it done. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
Fuck it, man. Nuke the whole fucking thing. I want to see this in practice. I want to see if this is actually a real thing. That if it is in fact true that all of the frozen pizzas within a certain distance of the blast radius of a nuclear weapon are baked to perfection.
That's an interesting hypothesis.
I feel like you can't nuke a pizza. I've tried putting them in the microwave before, and like they turn out like shit. You know what I mean? Like the crust is all like fucking hard and chewy.
Microwave pizza is garbage, but no, I mean like with a nuclear weapon though. I mean you're unleashing the power of the sun. So I mean it seems to me like in theory that it would actually work, and you would actually end up with a flavor zone with all of the pizzas perfectly baked.
It would have to be at a certain zone, but I believe it might happen that way. Maybe like if it stayed hot at a certain temperature that way for long enough period, like 400 degrees for like 20 minutes. But you have to be really specific on that zone. You know what I mean? As far as shit's really concerned. But I'll be honest, man. I've been running like a mile a day and shit. You know what I mean? And like fucking working out every goddamn, like every morning I run a mile and every night I work out. So like, nigga, like I'm legit. I'm ready. Like I'm in some of the best shape.
You gotta outrun the diabetes, bro.
Yeah, that's
good on you.
You know what it is? Yo, it's a lack thereof of exercise.
Good on you, Tom. I mean, even if fucking absolutely nothing happens, at least you're, like doing something positive for yourself. So there's no downside to this.
I feel
I mean, what better time in a fucking apocalyptic time than to learn essential learn new skills and skill sets, and just be a better person and probably do more for your community.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Legit, I've been standing here. I go back to the doctors on Friday, and if like my shit is down under 10, which I think it will be, like I can go back to work and go back to making money. You know what I mean? But I just have to do it locally.
Yo, that's legit, man.
Yeah, and I'll be fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? Go back to driving, making money, handle my business. You know what I'm saying? Get back on my fucking grizzly and shit, pay these goddamn bills. You know what I mean? And everything will be fuck smooth again.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, man. You go create that reality, man. You got that power.
You know the deal. You know what I
Good on you, dude.
Oh yeah.
Good on you.
And by the way, I'm highly upset with Bitcoin right now.
Oh,
because
boy,
it's gone up to 40K?
No, because it dropped down to 32.
Whoa. That's still high.
Yo, I feel you, but like legit. It's like I bought in at like 20, you know what I'm saying? And I've been riding it up, but like real shit, like it dropped down to 32. I'm upset, you know what I mean? Like I lost like fucking like $1,000. I'm pissed the fuck off right now because I like I didn't think it like because I sold it when I was gonna sell it yesterday morning and I fucking forgot, right?
Oh,
And like you're supposed to sell it in the morning and then pick it back up at night, but I'm just letting it ride on right now throughout the night, and then I'm gonna sell it. You know, what I mean, like coming up here in about 2 hours, I'm gonna fucking drop all my Bitcoin and pick it up again in the fucking that at night.
Arcadia Autumn says he's casting for your health, you paste piss bastard. Make sure you use Raphael. He's good with health.
Well, like you know, like I'm not a big like yo. I'll be honest with you, I can't stand this Pope. You know what I mean? And I haven't liked any of the popes. You know what I mean? In probably like 30 years.
I'm from Belize. We barely talk about the Pope. We just know that he runs a church and that's it.
Right. I'm like, yeah, like I just like my church, right? And its teachings. Like I don't like any of the other shit that goes with it.
Yeah, we don't take the Vatican seriously. They just do. They're just basically the Neo-Roman Senate.
Yeah, they're kind of like they're like the metropolitan fucking people of the fucking Catholic fucking faith. You know what I mean? They're like the technocratic overlords of the fucking faith, and they're just like, fuck you, I don't care about your dumb bullshit. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's actually the community and the culture and the philosophy, as well as the history of guys like Saint Augustine, Thomas Aquinas, Saint Jerome. Those guys are guys we absolutely respect and adore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A man and spiritual boost. Man, I don't know nothing about no man and spiritual boost. I'm good. All right.
Yeah, man. You don't really need to know the arcane knowledge of the occult to create your reality, man. You're already living it. You already live it, man. You don't need to know the occult to do it. You already got the principles down. You got what you need, man.
Understand, like most of this shit is just stuff that's all wisdom in the end of the day.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of it's one part philosophy, one part science, and one part religion. It's like a trifecta of things.
I'm sorry. I'm not hugely knowledgeable in spiritual and religious matters. Being an atheist and all, but yeah, I can get behind some of like the like religious teachings, and there's some good lessons in there, you know. And I'm especially down with like the you know, maybe don't be a dick to everyone kind of teachings.
Like, yeah, love your fellow man. You know what I'm saying? Don't kill nobody. You know what I mean? Probably shouldn't try to fuck your neighbor's girl. Like, these are all really decent principles.
Yeah.
These are decent, man.
That's common sense stuff right there.
This is what I'm saying, though. But like, you know, like this is why the church teaches this shit. You know what I mean? So that like, because motherfuckers just don't get it inherently. You know what I mean? They don't understand.
You know,
I get you. I feel you. Motherfuckers do not have common sense.
Plus, you know, there's also a lot of good lore. There's also a lot of good lore in the Old Testament, especially with guys like Joshua, Moses, the guys, how they pretty much handled their business. Because it's also a story on how to be a man, first of all.
Well, they stopped doing that a while back, and that's the bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they started them with like, I don't know when they changed over from like, you know, handle your business and be a man to like be a lamb. Like, because it used to be you're supposed to be the lion of God, you know what I'm saying? And then like now everybody's supposed to be the lamb, and it's just like, no, that I'm not a lamb, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You're not slaughtering me. You're not going to shear me. You're not, you know what I mean? I'm not that type of dude.
I'm more like I would consider more like myself more as a Lupus Dei, the wolf of God.
Yo, man, if that's how you see yourself, you know what I mean? I see myself as, you know what I'm saying, a pangender Bolivian flute playing gorilla.
It's
proper pronouns
like
a pimp named Slickback of God. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's more symbolic because, you know, wolves are usually known for being more cunning. There's a lot of symbolism with the idea of the wolf. And we'll get to that on another stream because this isn't really the talk for
Oh,
like.
man,
right,
you know, I don't
exactly.
fucking
No.
care. You know, I don't give a shit. Like, yo, it's 1:30, it's 2
Um,
a.m. in the fucking morning. I don't give a fuck.
You know,
Yeah.
I
Well,
had a pretty interesting ride tonight. I carpooled with my neighbor. Yeah.
To go get what?
Well, I carpooled him to the bar, and I went to go to Walmart to get some alcohol. And
So
we
lucky that
ended up.
Walmart sells alcohol. Like, yo, I don't know what that's like.
So we ended up sitting at the light at the Walmart, getting ready to pull into the Walmart. I don't even know what the fuck the street's called. It's not even a street. It's just some bullshit that goes past the Taco Bell and goes to the Walmart and then the subdivision. But we're sitting there waiting for the arrow, and we're sitting behind this car that is just absolutely covered in bumper stickers for a couple of particular presidential candidates, and also calling for giant meteor 2020, which, let's be honest, that really should have happened. Then now we're fucked.
Like, let's be honest here. All right, if a meteor hit, would you be fucking surprised?
Nope.
No, not at all.
Yeah, nothing really phases me anymore. I mean, we've already seen a lot of crazy shit happen just in the
like
last
2020 kind of like was like the year of the end all years. You know what I mean?
All right, but my passenger looking at this particular candidate's bumper stickers, because I called it out, because, well, I'm kind of a fucking instigator like that. I called it out. I'm like, look at this motherfucker.
Hey,
And his response,
Floyd,
yeah.
what are you doing tomorrow?
What's up?
What are you doing tomorrow?
Probably carpooling my neighbor to the bar again.
Well, I'm saying, like, I was thinking about doing like
Outside of that,
I
don't
where
think
we
I have
watched a
anything.
movie. I was thinking about watching a movie on stream tomorrow. Right? And like I have a movie in mind.
That could be cool.
Right? But like I'm gonna watch a movie, it's a documentary, and I feel like you would give really good commentary.
If my internet will handle it. I mean, dude, you got to remember, man, I live in a fucking cornfield, and my internet is basically fucking rusty barbed wire plugged into a potato.
I understand where you are, right? Like I was thinking about watching Food Inc. tomorrow. What do y'all think of the chat about watching Food Inc. with Tom Pease and Floyd? And maybe we'll get a couple other individuals to, you know what I mean, come through and help out. What do y'all think of the chat about that? Because I was thinking about watching it, and it got a whole lot of information, and it's really particular when, you know what I mean, like it really touches on a lot of free speech type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of like, you know what I mean, rights of individuals and rights of people and things of this nature that, you know what I mean, like we should have been talking about fucking 10 or 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be down to try for sure.
Fishmail, what up, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the way, what up, Conan?
Yeah, I don't go back to work till
Thursday.
Thursday, and then it's Thursday through Sunday. That's pretty much my schedule.
I feel like I got to work Wednesday and Thursday. Fucking, I'm off tomorrow yet. You know what I mean? I got to work Wednesday and Thursday. I got to make the money to go pay for this last doctor's appointment, and then, you know what I mean, get back to grinding.
God, man, set these down.
Cool. I think we might do that tomorrow. Legit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just have to. Well, you probably have to remind me because my memory is just absolute garbage. But yeah, I think I'd be down to try.
Remember, like yo, like I know I probably won't be getting up to like 11 o'clock or so, and then I got to go on my hour run, and then I got to come home and I got to make breakfast. And usually I take a dog out with me when I run, so like I feed the dog when I come home. You know what I mean? Like I make breakfast for the dog. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I understand.
yeah, I got to get a shower, that type of shit. You know what I mean? Then get everything ready. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll do it as like I don't know, as like a video, and then we'll do it, you know what I mean? And then we'll do the whatchamacallit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? We're most definitely going to do it. I have to use OBS if I am streaming it. So I don't know how well that's going to go. You know what I mean?
That means we're going to be stuck in the Discord verse. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, we're gonna be stuck in a Discord verse.
Oof.
Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't
then.
take me. It doesn't take me an hour to go 1 mile. I run an hour, right? So like
Right.
I run back and forth across the town.
Yeah, I mean the average.
I was.
I mean it takes about like 12 minutes to walk a mile on average, because humans walk about 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
For 3 miles, it's about 36 minutes.
Damn, dude, Psycho is calling you out in the chat, Tom.
Nah, I jog, and I jog for an hour, right? Across, I go down to the end of the city, or down to the end of the town, and then go back to the top of the town, and then back to the bottom of the town, and then back to the top of the town, and then back to the middle of the town, and then back to the crib is usually what I do. And I mean, I don't know how far that is. Benny Blanco, welcome, my brother. It's nice to see you. Right? That's what I do. You know what I mean? And then on top, I got to stop and let the dog poop, that type of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
On average, to walk a mile, it takes about 12 minutes. 5 miles is about an hour. Yeah.
So however far I go in that period of time, you know what I mean? I will not do a fucking marathon like an Ethiopian.
No.
Right.
Dude, I can barely feel my legs after working at
and by the way, at like 5 miles an hour.
I have to walk like 3 miles after I get off the bus just to go to work. So and back.
I'm sorry. I'm sure I was boring y'all with all the details and shit, and the way that I am not concisely framing this story. But my passenger had an interesting response when I pointed out this bumper sticker. Right? He's like, "Fucking ram them," and I'm like, "No, dude, that's not what our side does, man. That's not what we do. That's what separates us from them."
Yeah. Okay. Here's the problem, right? Legit. See, thing is, we don't have a side anymore.
Yeah, we're practically all outcasts from the entire movement, as they're going to, degrade into petty online arguments, infighting, and of course, they may go to war with each other before they even get any cohesion. While the rest of us, we're just doing what we can to move on with our lives.
Think of it like this, okay? Think of it like this. So, all right, Jimmy Dore literally picked up the torch from the Democratic Socialists of America's platform, right? And tried to force a vote on Medicare for all. Now, I completely disagree with him on this point, and I think that's a dumb idea. But on the same point, right, I respect him for trying, okay? He tried to do something. And you know what the Democratic Socialists of America did?
What?
They came out and fucking publicly shamed him and called him a piece of shit and said he's a chauvinist and nothing but a comedian and he shouldn't be fucking pushing any type of issues.
Oof.
Right? Ooh. This is what I'm saying. Legit. And Jimmy Dore, you know what he did when they banned Trump and then they banned, when they banned Alex Jones, Jimmy Dore came out and said, you should not be fucking cheering right now. He said censorship of anybody is bad. That is a man of principle.
Oh yeah, respect for that.
Banning of any kind, all banning does
is create a black market.
It takes the element that you're trying to get rid of, and it forces them deeper underground and makes them harder to ferret out.
No. What you do is you radicalize them, because you end up having all of them turn into, you know what I'm saying, the worst parts of whatever the hell it is you banned them from. If you ban somebody who hates Jews, right, and then you ban all the other people who hate Jews, guess what? You're just gonna fucking form a community of fucking people who hate goddamn Jews, and then they're all gonna get together.
Yeah,
and then there's nobody to check their Jew hatred.
I understand that too. I was having that discussion the other night, I believe, in my Discord server. And my point on that was when you start taking people's voices away, all you leave are their actions.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is kind of where we're at, right? So, like, if you go to Gab is full of anti-Semitic, ridiculous fucking Nazis and shit, right?
I don't know. I'm not on Gab, so
Yeah, it just take my just take.
I haven't been on there in like a freaking year. I just don't really use it as well because I was more hooked to Twitter. Because let's be honest, like most of my friends are on Twitter, including my white nationalist buddies. And plus, with all the whole Nat stocks basically coming up, it gives me more material to crack jokes at everyone's expense.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, so like, here's the thing: when you ban people, you end up taking them away from individuals like me, right? Because like, I can argue with somebody and not hate them. You know what I mean? And that's important to like you because you need to run into somebody like me because I'll knock you out of that dumb shit. I'm like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Do you know why? I know why you don't like the Jews. I get the mentality. All right, I do. But on the same point, you can't hate somebody because of their fucking religion. That's dumb. The real reason you hate them is because they run the fucking banks and the media and all this shit. And you think that, you know what I'm saying, you can't do what they do. And you can. It's just, you know what I'm saying, nobody ever told you that you can. Just the fact of the matter is we're not willing to try to do so.
Yeah, we're not willing to actually take the initiative and try to actually get into those positions of power. But I don't think it's even feasible at this point. I think at this point, the system is, kind of beyond salvageable. And so we're hoping that we'll have to just, how do I say it? Just pretty much salvage whatever valuable aspects we can take and create our own little communities where we actually help and build each other up. And that's the only way where we could actually fight this system, not by actual physical confrontation. I think that's pretty much been co-opted at this point, considering, the CIA is good at infiltration. As with the issues of the Jews, there's actually a power struggle within Judaism itself. You have Orthodox religious Jews against secular atheists who are in the positions of power that are very materialistic, and even another and even then that's divided into nationalistic Zionists and globalistic communists. But at the end of the day, there's also some practitioners of more Kabbalistic circles that either integrate with either one or the other. So it's pretty much like a fucking Game of Thrones Showa style.
Yeah, I mean, like inside of like the Jewish religion, there's a lot of that shit. And by the way, I like that psycho, right? Removing a person's tongue doesn't prove them a liar. It only proves you fear what they say.
Yeah,
right? And I agree with you, right?
Good point,
yeah, and,
good point.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
that's why you're one of our best Jews on this one. And this is coming from someone. This is coming from a Spanish-speaking German, and of course, we all know the Spaniards do have a lot of Jewish and Arab ancestry, considering the tribe of Dan settled in Spain for like centuries in the Iberian Peninsula. Fun fact: Iberian actually means land of the Hebrews. Believe it or not.
Opinion on the 15,000 troops in DC. Don't care.
I heard that there was between 7,000 and 15,000 boots on the ground.
Probably. I don't know.
I've heard that all of the parks in DC are shut down, and there is a wall around the Capitol at this point.
Word? Like, I didn't know that like the army did masonry work.
Yeah, that's weird, right? It's a fucking shit show regardless. I mean, my life hasn't really changed. So I'm going to be part of the MAGA movement anymore. Those guys are a lost cause, let's be honest.
Let's be real here, all right? I never liked the MAGA people, and I hated everything they stood for, and I just couldn't stand them as a whole. And
I was for the memes.
Like, I'll be honest, man. Like, I don't like the entire MAGA ideology, right?
Neither.
Just because like it's just so dumb. It's like the left wing ideology, like the wokety woke. Michael Hatfield, what up, man? What the fuck are you doing awake? Go the fuck back to bed. Like, you don't have to fucking come watch my streams, man. Man. I don't want to keep you up.
It's like they lost their self-awareness and they just became complete parodies of themselves. Like Like, they know they tried to parody the whole ironic shitposting humor, but at the end of the day, they kind of just like mix together into an even bigger parody where they can't even tell what is grounded in reality from what is just
Hang on,
an
wait.
exaggerated meme anymore.
We got Pimp Wario. What up, man?
Yo, guys, I, I have to apologize.
Oh,
I've been having
Sif,
internet.
the Iberian Peninsula is named after Ebro River flowing to the Mediterranean. Oh, okay. Thanks for correcting me. I'll keep that in mind.
I've been having some internet problems.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. Yo, Neffel, can
We've
you hear?
all been having internet problems.
Yeah.
yeah, everyone is. But it took me a while for me to actually get my internet going today.
What up, Z and Wolf? How the fuck you doing? Man, look, they locking shit down. So, like, expect it. And it is what it is.
Exactly.
So, I'm assuming everybody watched my video earlier about fucking Donald Trump fucking having murder charges on him in the goddamn Middle East.
Oh, about fucking like Israel fucking putting out an arrest warrant on him or something.
No, it was Iraq. Dummy,
Or
go watch
Iraq.
my videos.
Dude, I get those
It
fucking.
was 3.5 minutes. Like, yo, it's not even like I made a 20-minute video about it.
Joshua says, "Life is a parody at this point. We're living in the Matrix. Please change my mind." You're not wrong.
Yo, look, seriously, how about this? Try to punch yourself in the face and see if you do a goddamn fucking Neo move. If not, then you're not living in the goddamn Matrix. All right.
I think Hollywood kind of did more harm and tried to explain these concepts more than help.
We're not living in a fucking Matrix. All right. This is real life. Just deal with it. Life is retarded and people are fucking stupid. I know you don't think the people are this fucking dumb, but like, yo, they really are.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, the only way
People are fucking retarded, man, for sure.
I mean, that's like 99.99999999999.
Neffel, hang on a minute. Neffel, hang on a minute. Warrior got something to say.
All right.
Yo, yeah, I was just saying, like, that's the understatement of the century. The vast majority of people are unthinking, unfeeling NPC meat robots, and I don't care if they get shot in the gulag. I only care about the people that are cool and based in red pilled like myself. Fuck the NPCs,
I'll be honest.
yo.
I'll be honest, man. Like, I got a family, so like I kind of care about them getting drugged into the gulags, and my friends and y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's just, like, I care. I have to care. Like, I don't want anybody going to the gulags because I need people to play Operation Get Behind the Darkies for me. You know what I mean?
I totally understand that, but the issue is I just don't care about NPCs. Like, you have to understand, most
Let's
people
be honest.
are going to
Most of our
be
family
fine
members
with it.
are NPCs.
I hate to say it, but my mom's a fucking. She's a fucking never Trumper NPC. Fucking flat out denies that this is possibly the best time that we've ever lived in, and I guarantee you, she voted to sell us out to China and shit.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what I'm saying. I should say,
okay.
Eddie, are you okay?
In some ways, it is.
Yeah, China's pretty much a satellite state. De facto.
Like, yo, I don't know. China's been talking a whole lot of hot shit here recently. Anybody heard about that?
No, I haven't.
What's coming out of Beijing?
Oh, so Beijing is upset that we're fucking talking to Taiwan, right? And they're saying that Taiwan belongs to them and we need to back off or there will be consequences and they will strike us first.
Wow. That's actually fucking terrifying. Because that's not going to end well for anyone.
Well, it's not going to end well for
What
China.
also is very terrifying is the fact that Parler recently got shut down, and all of the servers and the payment processors and all of the apparatuses, I think it's apparatuses, that are supposed to be in place for people to be able to make their own social media has been like fucked with. So Amazon and Twitter and all them, they're basically doing everything they can far and wide on the level, at least when it comes to social media, to prevent any dissident voices from getting together and actually saying what they want to say. It's really terrifying.
Hey,
Like, we're living in the Chinese surveillance state, guys.
Don't forget, dude. Fucking Google's in on that sweet action too, man. This is absolutely George Orwell's 1984,
I hate
man.
to be this dude, but we're
Uh-oh.
having this conversation right now on Google. Like,
Yeah, man, we're using Google services. I mean, the fact that they haven't banned us yet, it means we haven't really broken any of their TOSs, really. And besides, it's very hard to enforce them. I mean, as long as we are reliant on their services, we can't really fight against them. The only way to do that is to create our own platform or go into a platform that isn't tied to any of this big tech hosting providers. And that's very hard to do. And there's also another way to maintain communication, either with like regular phone lines, emails, private emails, or old-fashioned snail mail. But the radio communication is not as instant as what we're used to doing.
well, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Legit,
Yeah.
I have not gotten a strike or a ban or any type of bullshit from Google in months. Right.
Well, the only thing Google has struck me down for is mainly using like music and video and playing like video games. But for my fucked up rhetoric, no, they haven't banned me for that.
Yo, like, man, I'm saying, like, you shouldn't be riding giant chickens on your goddamn stream. You know what I mean?
There's a certain place that we could go that starts with a V, and they provide video games.
If you're talking about BitChute, they don't have live streams.
No. I mean, as far as like, sitting down and having a conversation, I would say Valve is probably one of the safest places.
Yeah, but fun fact, Valve is owned by Tencent, which is a Chinese-based company. So they are pro-free market, but only to an extent.
Why did you have to fucking smash my nuts with a hammer?
I'm sorry, dude, but
I'm saying your best bet is, you know what I'm saying, is to do what we're doing right now, right? And then like, copy them down and put them up on BitChute, that type of thing.
oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like that's the best bet that anybody can do. But I'll be honest, BitChute is fucking garbage at the moment, and it needs a lot of fucking help.
yeah.
Oh, it needs some work. Yeah, for sure.
Rumble's not bad. Rumble's not bad either, though. I got some content over on Rumble. I mean, I am diversifying my bonds, nigga. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Understandable.
Jim McIntosh says there's always Tor and Freenet. Oh yeah, I know about Tor. I use it occasionally, mainly just
I'll be honest, man. Like, you know what I did this weekend? Real shit. Yo,
What?
I went over to my next. Well, I met my next door neighbors. You know what I'm saying? And I went over and I fixed his fucking tractor for him.
Oh, cool.
You know what I mean? And like, hooked up a connection for some fucking moonshine and shit.
Nice.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like this is what y'all need to do. Y'all need to, like, you know what I'm saying, know your neighbors. You know what I mean? Like, fucking hang out with them, be a useful dude. You know what I mean? If you prove yourself to be a useful mammal around there, you tend to, you know what I mean, live when the boog comes.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, like when the
Bullfrog,
boog comes and like, you know what I mean, they're
Bullfrog,
putting somebody, don't worry about Bullfrog right now until he goes back to using his own goddamn screen name. I'm not tolerating this nigga legitimately using his girlfriend's fucking screen name. I'm not doing it. I don't fucking care.
All right, fair enough.
Right. Like, here's the thing, right?
Hey man, this is your house.
Yeah, I am not recognizing him until he motherfucking uses his own goddamn screen name, right? Because like, legit, I feel some sort of kind of way about that nigga continually going back to the same broad, right? Who, you know what I'm saying, continually fucks his ass up and leaves him in a goddamn bad situation. And Moody fucking already has a goddamn fucking wrench. Cool. Yo. Everybody's like, oh man, we ain't gonna talk about this right now. Fuck that. Like, yo, nigga, use your own goddamn screen name and quit using your bitch's shit. Feel some sort of kind of way about that. I know who the fuck it is too, and all of us do, I think. Floyd, you know who that is?
No, I don't.
That'll be Evil Dead Ed.
Joshua says, "Pussy makes you go crazy and do stupid things." Who would have thought? Pretty much everyone who has lived over the last 3,000 years.
20,000.
20,000.
I would just got done watching 10,000 BC. This nigga started a whole war with Egypt and fucking fucking moved some mammoths and shit and broke down the fucking pyramids over a bitch.
Pretty
Damn
much
it,
how
use your
Paris
legit
absconded
screen name,
with,
man. I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
or like in the Iliad where Paris absconded with this Spartan king's wife named Helen, and that pretty much sparked the entire Trojan War with Odysseus, Agamemnon, and Achilles. That lasted for 10 years. And fun fact, if you know about the story about that myth, the reason why Paris sent for Helen to abscond with her was because he was chosen by 3 goddesses, Athena, Aphrodite, and Hera, the head queen of the Olympians, over a beauty contest to see who was the most beautiful of them all. And guess who he chose? The goddess of love and beauty, Aphrodite.
Yo, Antar, like legit. Look, we have a nigga in the chat legitimately who continues to go back to the same broad who ends up with him, you know what I'm saying, hooked on a whole bunch of shit and drinking himself into a goddamn motherfucking stupor and destroying his fucking body. And I just want him to use his own fucking screen name and stop using this broad screen name because I feel some sort of kind of way about it. You know what I mean? Like, he keeps hanging out in my fucking chats with this broad's name. And I'm just like, nigga, you need to stop. You know what I mean? Like, you need just stop. Just in general. Like, nigga, stop.
Remember this. That shit started because 3 nigh omnipotent goddesses are arguing over who is the prettiest.
You're talking about
that Trojan War that I mentioned in the past.
Oh, you talking about Helen? You talking about like fucking goddamn fucking yeah.
All because 3
no.
goddesses
That started over like fucking like one king wanted to land grab against fucking, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that too.
Trojan.
But yeah, too. But and again, it was those 3 goddesses that pretty much swayed Paris to abscond with her. But yeah, they just used that as a justification for it.
Like seriously, I don't really. There was no god, nigga. That never really existed. It's not a real thing.
Yeah, I know, right? But the myths, it's just kind of pretty interesting. But realistically speaking, yeah, it was just because a king just wanted to use a land grab for Troy. That was it. But it's pretty interesting to see that. Yeah, hey, even divine females can fuck shit up.
Well, you know, I mean, the French done bleached all their flags. You know what I'm saying? Now they're all white, so you know, I mean, they can just surrender everywhere they go. Like, but believe it or not, the French legitimately have won more wars and battles than any other fucking nation on the earth.
Oh yeah. It's just they couldn't, you know, they surrendered in World War II. That's pretty much what fucked them up.
I mean, like, I understand why they surrendered in World War II because World War I was bad.
Oh
like,
yeah,
they said whole force disappeared, right? Like the Germans just lined up artillery and bombed them into the goddamn Stone Age. Like fucking like that shit was awful. They just had no taste for war at that point. And I understand. I get it. You know what I mean? I do. Like, but like, yeah, fucking anyway, you know, like, gotta remember, like, dudes do dumb shit for bitches. Like, it just tends to be how it operates. You know, that's the history of mankind. You know what I mean? It's dudes doing, like, you would never built society if it wasn't for fucking broads. Let's be real here.
Yeah, let's be real. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, like, we don't need houses. All of us love camping. Like, if we were just dudes, we'd be like, we just gonna, what we doing? We just gonna hang out in the woods and chill. Like, we might have invented alcohol. Like, but other than that, you know what I mean?
I like dragging a fucking 32-foot
reason why we
trailer
do
out into the nowhere.
And go out of the way to build like houses for society for females is so they can have an easier time to raise kids. Because you know, kids aren't really physically strong compared to animals, and you know, we all know about animal offspring tend to be a lot faster and stronger than human babies.
The fuck does that have to do with anything?
Dude, I was talking about basically on how we just camp, but basically the only reason why we build society for females is so they have an easier time raising kids.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like just in general, I mean, like we have like, there's a lot of species on the planet who, they stand here and create shelters or whatever the case might be. And the ones with the best shelter, the best pile of rocks, or, the best dance, gets the goddamn female and shit. I mean, we're just another part of that fucking species. We're just another species who does this. Is the individual who has the most shit tends to be the individual who gets the goddamn female in the end of the day. I mean, it's not like that anymore because of the fact that the government provides way too much shit for these fucking broads. And so, they choose the best looking dude out of everybody. You know what I mean? Which is why, like, I have all these fucking kids, but, I never wife no bullshit. I don't really wife shit the fuck down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I suppose that's also the same reason I haven't been laid since I was fucking 21 years old. Yeah, because you don't have shit. I mean, like even you need to have like, a Honda Civic hatchback from 1984 or something, to pull the bitch. Like you need something that you can lean up against in the Walmart parking lot on a Friday night. Maybe you can get you one of them tin can exhaust pipes. He says you need a fucking 84 Honda Civic with fucking fart cans. You're not wrong though. You're not, that dude. I laugh because it's funny and I laugh because it's true. You're not wrong.
This nigga said, hook me up with a GHB for the broads. Nigga, look, man, I ain't never had to motherfucking do shit to get no pussy. Legit. Well, here's the thing. Like, number one, I'm not that terrible looking in real life. I'm just awful on camera. But and the underbody neon, yeah, you got to have them running on extension cords plugged into the motherfucking fucking cigarette lighter with the zip ties and shit. With the wire.
Hell
nuts.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. You gotta fucking fix that shit like at least once a week because the shit's done corroded off. Gotta be adding wire and shit to it to keep it working.
Yeah. And see, on top of that, I'm swarthy, right? So I'm super dark as a human being, right? So like, fucking like females think I'm Puerto Rican, like they don't know. Legit. But that's how it works. And on top of that, you need to get you some drywall screws and hook up some type of spoiler in the back that you bought, at like at fucking Advance Auto.
Yeah, like Pet Boys or something, man. Some shit you ordered off of fucking Amazon from some fucking sketchy Chinese bullshit. And dude, while you're at it, don't forget, this is the most important part of doing this shit. You gotta install your fucking deck lid spoiler backwards so it gives you uplift, so it pushes your front tires down.
No. The most important thing is that you have like the fucking, you have to have like your radio sitting inside of the fucking dashboard, right? But like it's not really attached with anything. Like you never got like the part that actually matches it to the dashboard, so it sits in there properly and it just like moves around the whole time.
So like the first time you fucking throw it in first and floor it and pop the clutch, the fucking radio flings out of the dashboard and fucking bloodies your knuckles up. Hell yeah.
Oh, and you need one of them headphones. You need one of them headphone jacks with a tape joint in it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have one of those. It's highly the fuck important, right? And then on top of that, what you need to have is like one of them garbage ass turbos fucking installed, right? With like the blow off valve that comes up onto your fucking windshield to go like every 3 or 4 seconds. And yes, you need fake spinners. It's highly important you get the clackers, right? Those fucking hubcaps you put on.
Yeah, dude. The fucking spinner hubcaps, dude. Those are a necessity.
Legit. You got to make your own fucking spoiler too. By the way, it can't be like a store bought joint. Right? You have to make your own. You know what I'm saying? Out of like plywood that you found out back. You know what I mean? And like, like a couple of brackets from like a basketball hoop.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh, yo, and you have to have the motherfucking psychos help me out here. You have to have the racing stripe going across it because that automatically adds like 10 horsepower right there by itself. Right?
No, dude. The most legit racing stripe you can ever have is a strip of duct tape running up the driver's side of your car.
Yo, it's important. Legit, it's important.
You gotta have
and
that.
you gotta have two of them like faggy ass European yellow lights in front, right?
Oh yeah. You totally gotta fucking drill holes through your fender and shit and put on those goddamn fucking Euro fucking corner lights.
Oh, and it's
Absolutely.
important. It's important that you drill holes, you drill drywall screws through your trunk to make sure that your amp stays in place, right? And you got to put holes in the gas tank when you do so. That's fucking important too.
Yeah. All right. So absolutely, the most important thing that you have to do though, okay, is you have to go to Walmart and you have to buy a can of fucking Rust-Oleum. And you have to completely disassemble your interior and rattle can every hard piece of plastic you can get your hands on that doesn't require disassembling your entire fucking car.
Yeah, wait. You also have to have the DARE license plate to keep kids off of drugs on the front and back to make sure.
Yeah.
And you need to spray paint the outside primer, right? It's highly important.
Dude, if you want to be even scummier about not getting pulled over by the cops, you got to get the fucking thin blue line front license plate. Because then the cops will never fuck with you.
Yo, I had a Chevy Caprice back in the day, and like we had DARE stickers on the front and back to try to keep cops from pulling us over when we were like 15 driving that bitch down the highway. That motherfucker had no brakes. Like, yo, you had to like call a nigga before you got to his crib and tell him to like get out and jump in. And he'd have to run up and catch the motherfucking back door and shit. You'd open it up for him so he could dive into the car. Like, yo, I miss those fucking days.
Mr. McIntosh, I came real close to buying a fucking last gen Panther body that had camo fucking vinyls, okay, on the bottoms of the doors and wrapped around the bumpers. I almost bought a police interceptor that had that garbage on it. I wish I had bought that car because it would have been far better than the fucking rusted out framed Jeep that I settled on.
Oh, yo, and you need some of those racing stickers from like the you know what I mean, like the goddamn fucking like the racing companies and shit to put them in your back windshield to let everybody know, right? That you know, you have that sticker, right? It's like you're fucking highly important.
Yo, you absolutely need fucking Yokohama tire. You need Sparko. You need fucking hooker headers. You need all of that shit, man. You got to have Brembo plastered across your fucking back glass. Yeah, if you want to be taken
you don't have
serious.
any of those parts, though. You don't have any of those parts, though. That's
you ain't got none of those parts, dude. Your car's completely bone stock and it's garbage. But
yo, at least one of your bumpers got to be held on with a fucking with one of them fucking rubber strap joints. Forget what
the most ridiculous story I have about holding a fucking bumper on was a 1994 Plymouth Voyager minivan, and my front bumper was held on with a piece of yellow nylon rope.
Mr. Goatman's not wrong. Rust holes equal weight reduction, and I'm gonna tell you what. I had a 1992 Chevy Silverado extended cab, and as always, those back cab corners fucking rusted out. And so what we did was we just filled them up with spray foam and then cut them to fucking even, right? And we just like left it that way. And then everybody nicknamed my truck SpongeBob, right? because it had that spray foam hanging out the fucking cab corners of the bitch. And
all
then,
the
Right.
way through the 2000s, the fucking Silverado, especially the extended cabs, were known for those corners rusting out.
yeah,
Because GMC does not build a good truck.
well, no, GM builds a hell of a truck, right? That's the problem. Like, legitimately, like this thing here, like, yo, all of the motherfucking valve seals were gone, right? They just gave way. It had so much oil bleeding into it that it fucking ate through the goddamn brake booster, right? But yo, it smoked everywhere. Like, it just big puff of blue smoke every time it took the fuck off. But legit, this
Bad
thing
smoke
never died.
engage. Floor it.
I think I sold it for like $800 to a scrapyard who was going to use it for a fucking scrap truck. I love me my GM vehicles, like real shit. Get nothing misunderstood. Like, I got a Tahoe right now. That motherfucker's goddamn beast. Like, I have had 2 of these Tahoes, and like, they are the most beautiful running vehicles you could possibly imagine. They're amazing.
The only GM that I've ever owned that I actually really truly liked was a 1986 Pontiac Bonneville with a Gen 2 sequential multi-point 3800.
Yo, them 3800s were bulletproof because all it was a 350 with 2 cylinders cut off.
Yep.
Right. They were fucking bulletproof. I've had like 12 of those.
Oh my God.
Fucking cars.
Joshua, really, you're one of those guys. You're one of those guys that wants to LS swap everything.
Yeah, look, listen. All right. There is not a fucking hot rodder out there who does not use LS. All right. Like, even in like old Ford rat rods at this point, they're putting LSs in them. Do you know why?
I don't know why. I don't understand the attraction to the LS.
I'm gonna explain it to you. Because Ford over engineers every one of their motors and makes it impossible to swap it into anything the fuck else.
That sounds like a dumb idea.
Yeah, and like, here's the thing, like, yo, Chevy, legitimately, yo, here's the thing. You can take almost any LS motor and put a turbo 400 behind it, or, you know what I'm saying, you can take the fucking old Chevy 4-speeds, right, and put them behind them, and they all match up. Like, yo, every one of them.
You know, I didn't even know this was a thing until tonight. Somebody sent me a video of like a United States post office truck on fire. And I started digging around a little bit. And I ended up finding an LS swapped mail truck. And I'm like, an LS in an S10 platform? What? Why would you do that?
Yeah, fucking, I don't know, fucking, right? Like, legit, yo, the fucking 3800 motor, right? It weighed 392 pounds and it created 300 fucking horsepower.
Is that in the sequential, or is that the turbo or supercharged version?
Nope.
So bone stock, a sequential multi-point Gen 2 was dropping 300 horse.
No. Fucking, like, yo, I think like bone stock, it was making like 200, you know, maybe 220, but it's a damn good motor.
I agree. I drove my Bonneville all over the East Coast. I drove it to your hometown, in fact, from Cincinnati, Ohio. And from there, it went back to my hometown, and then it went to Kenosha, Wisconsin, and then it came back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I agree. They're tough motherfuckers.
I'm sitting here looking at it. Hang on, I'm going through like all the shit. Right. Fucking so. Yeah, it's basically a goddamn 350 with two fucking cylinders cut off.
Yep. That's the way. That's the way pretty much everyone else has described the 3800 Gen 2 to me, is a 5.7 liter with two cylinders chopped off of it.
Yeah. You know, I mean, there was a 190, there was a 198, there was a 198 motor, right? And then the 225, the Gen 2 was 225 fucking, actually, hang on, wait, I'm looking. Fucking, it was 150 horsepower, right?
I ran some PVC pipe behind my driver's side headlight. Had that hooked up to my airbox, and I had that intake coming out just to the right of my driver's side headlight. So I had improvised a hillbilly ram air system to make even more power. And I'm not going to lie, my Bonneville, actually, after I did that, was kind of a highway destroyer.
It was a fucking, they're great little motors, legit. I loved them and everything they fucking had, and they were so smooth. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, and they sound so good when you open them up.
Yeah. They were great fucking motors, legit. I had them. I had one in the Bonneville. I had one in the Oldsmobile. I had one in a Pontiac. Fucking Regal. Like, yo, wait, yeah, it was I think it was a Pontiac Regal. No, it was a Buick Regal. I'm trying to think here all the times that I had a fucking 3800 motor. Oh, I had one in a van one time. Yo, they were such great little motors. Oh, I had one in the S10.
Joshua, I see you in the chat. The push rods are awesome, but you're going to end up with when you get them up into the higher RPM ranges, you're going to end up with valve float, and that will absolutely wreck a motor.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's where the spring tension on the valves, well, the motor's spinning so fast that you got parts slamming into each other. They're not operating smoothly anymore. You float a valve, you're going to start getting vibration. You know, and if you hold it at high RPM like that, you're going to start breaking things in the valve train.
Yeah, Josh was saying you can just get rid of that with a fucking roller cam. So,
roller cams, yeah.
Yes, but Psycho, you have a Hayabusa. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like, it's a motorcycle, right? Like, we're talking cars. We're not talking motorcycles, right? Because, like, cars are way better than motorcycles because, like, they can carry passengers and groceries, and they can I don't know, like, not like make you die if you hit something. Like, that's highly important, you know what I'm saying, to have these type of things.
Now,
motorcycles are like a luxury item more than an actual essential vehicle. Motorcycles is like only to navigate through. That's only if you like to go out on country road, just go high speeds. It's like rural areas, open roads. It's not good for like actual like city travels and populated areas because people tend to get crazy in high traffic. And even my dad admits that you are lucky if you come out of a motorcycle crippled.
No,
if you're crippled, you're actually lucky.
Here's the thing, right? I dare you to take your check this out. I can take my car to a fucking automatic car wash, right? Let's see you take your bike to an automatic car wash and see how it does. Like, just go sit in your bike
ain't
and
gonna work
car
good.
wash and see what happens. Right? You're gonna get smacked in the face by that giant ass roller and shit.
Okay.
I
Tim, I was
agree with you. Trucks are better than cars. That's why I own an SUV. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like fucking cars because I'm not a little dude. You know what I mean? But I like an old Buick. I like an old Caprice. I like big old cars that you can sit in and you lean your ass back and you grab a hold of the steering wheel, right? And you just float down the goddamn road. That's beautiful.
All right.
Mr. Goldman says, what if you put training wheels on a bike? Is it safer? Not really.
No, not at all.
I mean, like 200 mile an hour.
That
Like, I
wouldn't make
feel
it
like
work.
if you hit a rock, like it's gonna upset you.
If you go in a motorcycle, if you go in a car at 40 miles an hour, it's actually pretty safe. If you go in what I said car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
you said car.
go in a car, if you go in a car at 40 miles an hour, you're pretty safe on the highway. If you go in a motorcycle at 40 miles an hour on a highway, you are probably going to crash violently, die. Your chances of death.
Yeah, you're not going to die violently if you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
But like, like, like you're not going to die violently. Yeah. But what I'm saying is like, if you have a wind push your bike, into a different lane, or you run into like bad construction where like, you get them shit or whatever, you hit a rumble strip.
Oh yeah,
like,
the rumble strip.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tom, you're actually going to get mad at me for doing this.
What?
I don't know. Well, I know for a fact you are. You were a fucking cross country driver. You know US 50.
Yes, I do.
There was an idiot in a fucking V8 Tundra, and I'm driving like an 07, 2.2 liter, I think, maybe 2.5. I don't know what it is, but Ford Focus. And this idiot was just acting like a complete dick around me, and he was trying to get around me. And I finally got tired of his fucking bullshit, and I punched my Focus up to fucking 90 miles an hour. And this dude ended up passing me, so I know I pushed him to at least 100 miles an hour.
Wait, so he still didn't, like, he still tried to keep up with you at like 90, 100 miles an hour?
No, he was not backing down, dude. And when I maxed the Focus out at I assume that's its top speed because I wasn't getting any more out of it. And I had it to the floor, and I'm sitting at 90 miles an hour. This guy is still like creeping by me. And I'm like, really? You're going to do this? You're really going to fucking do this? Well, I'm going to make you go 100. Fuck you.
Oh, that's just how it works. I don't know, man. Like, I had a dude recently was pissing me off, right? Because he was riding my dick, right? And he was in a fucking BMW. So I pulled up beside a car beside me and like trapped him behind me. Like, I blew up past him real quick, doing like 100. And I came up like when I fucking got right in front of him. And then I slowed down to the car speed and just trapped him there at like 50 mile an hour for like fucking 20 minutes. Right. Just because, fuck that guy in the BMW.
You ever notice this other thing about fucking BMW drivers?
Like, which sports cars are we talking here? I'm not a huge fan of Porsches, though I do respect the handling, right? But like, I respect German engineering. I do. And I'm more of a fan of like fucking Italian pasta rockets and, like McLarens and things of this nature. But, I've driven, BMWs and Mercedes and Jaguars and fucking Porsches and Corvettes and shit. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, Tom's going to hate me on this one, but I've owned 3 BMWs in my life.
Yo, because you're a fucking idiot.
No, honestly, I never really had a problem with any of them. And I also wasn't that idiot that gets in a BMW and completely forgets what the fucking turn signal stalk is.
Well, no. See, BMW owners are just fucking assholes in general. But not only do they think they own the road, but like their fucking cars break down and then they can't repair them because it costs like $40,000 to replace anything in a fucking BMW.
The new Michael Hatfield wants to know what you think about the new mid-engine Corvette.
Oh, there we go. Fucking like, yeah, my fucking chat finally just got fucking whatchamacallit. Yo, I'm a fan. I'll be honest with you. We've been waiting for a fucking mid-engine Corvette since like 1955. Like, to be perfectly honest. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'm a fan. I like what they did. You know what I mean? I think they did amazing work. And, you know what I mean? They're going to fucking go out here and they're going to show everybody what for. You know what I mean? Once, like, everything opens back up again.
All right. The way I see GM and mid-engines is they fucked up in the early 90s when they discontinued the Pontiac Fiero. Especially the 3.3 liter with the 5-speed manual. That was America's mid-engined supercar.
Do I have any love for Jap cars? No. None. Yo, I have no respect for any fucking foreign made fucking, like any Asian car in general. Like, as far as I'm concerned, if you drive an Asian made car, like, you're a fucking traitor to our country and should be forced to go live in a country where that fucking car came from. Like, that's my mentality, right? Like, yo, because you're not supporting our goddamn fucking car industry. Like, legit. And I know, like, blah, 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 fuck capitalism. I don't fuck care, right? Legit. I'm pro fucking union guy. I'm a pro fucking GM guy. I'll even, like, back Ford a little bit, but I hate them, right? Because I think Ford over engineers everything. And I had 3 of their fucking vehicles try to murder me at one point in my life. You know what I mean? Like, actually really, really try to murder me. Like, almost died type of try to murder me. Like, yo, fuck that shit. Yeah, you never buy a French car, like, ever. Who the fuck would ever buy to own a French car? Fiats are garbage. The only car I like out of Italy that's like a basic made car is that Alfa Romeo 8C. That's a very, very special car as far as shit's concerned. Like, that Alfa
What,
Romeo.
the Alfa 8C?
Yeah, look it up.
Why?
It's gorgeous. It's
No.
mid-engine. It's not like a regular car. It's a Lotus Exige, but like better and prettier, and it sounds nastier. It's gorgeous. You know what I mean?
Tom.
It looks like one of those. It looks like one of those vehicles that mob boss would drive. Mobs would drive without the suicide doors, but it also looks like a 1930s Batmobile from the comics.
Yeah, it's sexy, ain't it?
From a different angle, yeah, it almost looks like one of those classic Tim Burton Batmobiles.
Yeah, it's fucking sexy. Legit. Yeah. It's a gorgeous
car. Michael Hatfield. My friend has a custom Pontiac Fiero that they squeezed a V8 in. I'm guessing a 305.
They probably fucking LS swapped it.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if you could get a fucking LS in a Fiero.
It'll take me a while though.
I'm not a fan of Porsches just in general because, like, I think the motor's in the wrong place.
Right. Porsche has for years been trying to ass backwards their engineering and putting the motor at the wrong place in the car.
You're not wrong.
Now with the like the Cayman S, well, that's a V8 front engined SUV. Well, the motor's in the right place now. Good job, Porsche.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of fucking Porsche as an in general thing, right? Just because I don't like where the motor is, and I mean I know they're like some of the best handling cars on the fucking planet, but like, just I don't know, something about a Porsche just doesn't sit right with me. I'd much rather drive like a BMW M3, you know what I mean, than a Porsche. Just to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay, I see where you're coming from, but to be fair to me, my story.
Yo, Psycho says it's all about the Dacia Sandero. Yo, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves that Dacia Sandero.
Yeah. With German cars, I would either drive like a BMW or Mercedes Benz.
To be fair, the car that tried to kill me the most, that actively was seeking ways to hurt me, was my 1986 BMW 325 ES with its janky as fuck trailing arm rear suspension.
Yo, you know
That
what
car
I
was
really
violent.
Yo, you know what I would really like though. My favorite German car of all time is probably the Audi R8.
The R8, not bad. If I was going to go to an Audi though, I would have to go with something a little more classic. I think I would go with an Audi Quattro.
Not like have you ever seen the R8?
I've seen R8s.
Right. I mean,
I just looked it up. I gotta say, it's a pretty bitching car.
Yeah, like legit. You know what I mean? It was designed by Italians. You know what I mean? Built by Germans.
Ah.
How about this one here? How about this one here? How about
wait, one question.
What up?
Where does the Japanese get involved in this? Because if they're going to bring with the axis powers of automobiles again, you have to get the Japanese.
Well, you know the Japanese did all the electronics.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. And this is the Japanese car that gets my dick hard. It would have to be a Nissan Skyline R33 GTR.
Shut up, you fucking Fast and the Furious wannabe motherfucker. Nobody cares about your fucking bullshit.
No, I didn't say an R34. I didn't say an R34. I said an R33.
Shut the fuck up. Type of garbage. Like, yo, if I had my dream car of all dream cars, I'd be driving a 1971 Oldsmobile 442. Right? Legit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, the one, like, that's the one right there. Legit. Last time the Italians. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, like, yo, do you know Audi owns Lamborghini and shit, right? So
yeah.
Like, you know, like every Lamborghini that's built, like fucking the Italians and the Germans are working together. Like now, like Lamborghinis have like air conditioning that works, right? And
that
electronics that do stuff.
They have air conditioning that works.
Yeah, like everybody who's ever been in a Lamborghini knows that, like, the old Lamborghinis, it's kind of like an asthmatic spitting on you, right? While you're going down the road, and that's the air conditioning. Like a Countach, like legit, it was you smelled your own death when you were fucking riding down the road in a fucking like a Countach and shit. Oh, Jim. No. The emissions didn't come in until 72, 73, right? 71 was the last. Hang on, I'll show you. Hang on a minute, man. Fucking let me share the fucking screen real quick, man. Fucking Chrome tab, Google search, share. Okay, hang on a minute. We'll get this proper for you. Old 71 442. Images.
It's a sexy looking machine. Not gonna lie, I cannot lie.
That's gorgeous. Right. That is a beautiful fucking automobile.
Oh my god, that is pretty.
Oh,
that is
awesome.
fucking pretty. Not gonna lie.
Autumn says
You know what I
he
mean?
started off for 5 minutes and now we're talking about cars. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's how it works. Welcome to the stream of dudes. I'm a car guy. Like, y'all don't know this. Like, yo, I'm a fucking car dude. Like, I love fucking cars. It's my favorite thing in the world is to talk about cars. I don't get to do it real often because I'll be honest with you, most people around here are fucking nerds, and they're like, "Oh, you don't really just like talking football with them." They're like, "Oh man, fucking, you like football? What type of fucking?" I'm like, "Shut up, you fucking loser! Just because you can't fucking catch fucking goddamn cold doesn't mean that anybody else shouldn't do it." Fucking cocksuckers! Look at the back end of this bitch. Look at the back. Look at the hind quarters on that fucking car.
Guess fat ass and those tail lights look great.
Man. An Oldsmobile 442. I wonder how much you're going for now. Completely restored, man. That's
actually awesome. They're not that expensive because people, like, you have to be a special type of person to like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So, if we're going to talk about muscle cars here real quick, I'd say one of my favorites. Well, I'm going to have to mention two cars, and they're both fucking Chryslers. They're both Chryslers.
Yo, everybody really liked Mopar. I was never a huge Mopar guy, but go ahead.
That would be the 1971 Plymouth Hemi Cuda hardtop. Has to be hardtop. Cannot be drop top. I hate drop tops with a passion. Or a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner, which is based on the 69 Dodge Challenger.
Yo, don't go Roadrunner. Like, yo, you stay CUDA. Like, here's the difference. All right, hang on a minute. Here, look. We'll go with CUDA, right? Because that CUDA is sexy.
Oh wow.
Yes. Right. That is a 1971 Hemi Cuda rocking the steel rally wheels. I bet it's also rocking the rally dash cluster.
Oh wow, dude! I think I saw that car in that movie, Joe Dirt once. It was
oh my god! And there we go. Tom just fucking picked the right one, dude. Plum crazy paint code.
Crazy purple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right wheels, right paint.
But here's the thing.
I know my god, I could go stroke off to that right now.
Dang, dude, it's pretty awesome.
But here's the thing. Here's the problem I have. Right. Here's the problem I have. The problem is that this exists, right? Hang on a minute.
What do you got?
The problem is that
you got the Camaro. Exists, you got the Camaro. I'm looking at this all super tiny, and it's the Camaro. What is that? A fucking Z28?
Yeah. You know, I mean, legit. You know, I mean. That's a 71. Yeah, that is a Z28 model. Hang on. Let's go to 69. Right? Because 69 was really the year where the Camaro was like it was the last bastion of the great Camaros. Like real shit.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck that.
Oh, that one's too fucking messed up, dude, man. It is not original. I like Camaro Z28s. I really do. But no, they have to be factory.
There we go. Yeah, the problem is that this exists, right? You know what I mean? Like, and this blows that fucking plum crazy purple CUDA the fuck out of the goddamn water. That's the issue that I have.
Man, I respect your opinion on this, but I grew up Dodge. Dodge is famous.
1969 Dodge Chargers. That was a good car.
Oh, here we go. Here, better year. Here's a better year. Hang on. Fuck. God damn it. Fucking load up. There we go. The problem is that this 454 fucking 1967 Chevy Camaro exists. Yes, this is in 67. The problem is that exists, right? Like, why would you go CUDA when you could have this?
Because I like Mopars. You do realize that I've owned a lot of cars, and most of my vehicles that I've owned have been Chrysler products. Dodges and Plymouths. It's what I know.
I feel you. I mean, like, if I was like, if I had my choice, it would be that either that 71 or this year, right? Legit.
Oh God, is that an old KC fucking Chevrolet?
Damn, I've seen those, right, like pretty much old and rusted, stay around where I used to live, in a specific neighborhood in Vegas. But seeing one in good condition, I say, God damn, I wish I could get a car like that.
I used to have
dude.
one.
All right, I'm gonna tell you right now, as much as I am a Mopar man, those Chevrolets and GMCs will not fucking die.
Ever.
No.
They are good vehicles.
Let me see if I can handle what I used to have. Because I had this exact year. Legit. Oh, here. This is the exact one I had right here. Except mine was more beefcake because it had like fucking, yeah. Mine was way more beefcake. It had the bigger wheels on it. It had the 31 1050 wheels on it and shit.
I like that.
Oh yeah, the 31 1050 wheels. That's also good for cross country and off road stuff.
Hey, Pinoid, do you think you could do me a favor?
What do you need?
Could you look up? Could you look up my first car?
Once. Yep.
Sure.
Right now, deja vu moment. Right now. This entire stream, I've had this in a dream. It's freaking weird.
Yeah, I've had that happen a couple times past few days. Floyd, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Could you look up my first car?
Go ahead.
The first car that was ever in my name. You're gonna hate me. It's Japanese.
Of course, you fucking weeb.
No, I'm not a weeb because of this. It's because I was looking at trying to get a pizza delivery job. I was looking at my first real serious job, and they wouldn't certify my 1991 Dodge because I had a cracked windshield. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to replace the windshield. I'll just buy a different car, which was infinitely more dangerous.
What was the car?
I bought a 1981 Datsun pickup truck King Cab. I believe it was a 1981 Datsun 710 King Cab.
Yo, these things were so.
The
beast.
brown one. The brown one. The brown one. Yes. The very first one. The brown one. That was my very first car.
Got it.
Oh man,
4-cylinder, 5-speed, rear-wheel drive. Dude, this thing was fucking crazy goddamn dangerous.
My first car was 1972. I'm trying to think here. Oh yeah.
Stone Mexican guy says best vehicle was the Ford Tempo. Are you on drugs?
I guess I better call it a night. Gonna call it a night, guys. Gonna head to sleep.
Nah,
all right, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
Holler at me tomorrow.
All right, man. Take care.
Sleep well.
Peace. Yo, this was my first car.
What'd you have?
Oh
my God, one of my
classic.
favorite. You had a Caprice.
Yup.
Tom, check it out.
Also had.
You had a fucking Caprice. There is a early 90s Chevrolet Caprice that sits on one of my local highways. It's got a busted out back window and everything, but I would love to get my hands on it. It's like you remember like the 96 Chevrolet Caprice back when Chevrolet did the release of the Police Interceptor as the Impala. Yeah, it's one of those old bathtub Caprices. And dude, I would love to get my hands on that car. I'd put a new window in it. Hell, if I couldn't get the door to stop rattling, I'd put a new door on it. Have the whole fucking
I also
car
had
repainted.
I also had one of these as well.
El Camino. Very nice. I like El Caminos.
Yo, man, that thing was awesome. I redid it. Like the whole thing, I rebuilt it. Had a 383 stroker in it, whole nine.
Psycho says he had a 92 Thunderbird and that thing got terrible mileage.
Yo, my truck right now gets like 10 miles to the gallon. Like, legit. But yo, look, it's been an hour and a half. I'm about to get off this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like 3:30 in the morning. So I'm going to fucking sleep. Yo, fucking Floyd, my nigga, I'm going to holler at you tomorrow. All right?
All right, man. Get a hold of me. I should be around. Well, I'll definitely be around after 8 o'clock.
All right.
That's 8 p.m.
All right. I'll holler at you. We'll see what the hell's going on tomorrow. I'll talk to y'all. Peace. Y'all do like, share, and subscribe, and broadcast.